Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of One Amazing Thing by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Come, let's go to the summary. One Amazing Thing was published in 2010 and Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni is a novelist and also a poet. And in this One Amazing Thing is that she says that all over the world one thing is common, that is humanity. That is common among all of us wherever we are living in this world, and that is what she calls as one amazing thing. And here we find that 9 people who are coming from diverse backgrounds. Why I am saying from diverse background is they come from different nationalities, and all these people are trapped inside a visa office of the Indian consulate because a major earthquake hits the place, and as they are waiting to help to arrive to them, they start telling a story from their own life, and all these stories are told from the point of view from each one who is telling about their story, and that reveals their character also. And through this, Divakaruni observes that universality of humanity is a common thing among human beings. So now we will see what is the story. The city is not mentioned, but it is said that it is on the west coast of United States, and when these 9 people are waiting for the visa, the earthquake strikes the place and they are all trapped inside because they are in the basement of the building. That is, the visa office is in the basement of that building, and they are in the visa office of the Indian consulate. And among these 9 people, 7 of them have come to get a travel visa and 2 of them are working for the Indian government. And they are of different nationality like African, American, Caucasian, Chinese and Indian, and therefore they have different culture and different beliefs like Islam and Hinduism. Beginning, they have a difference of opinion and they judge each other based on their appearances and on their personal bias towards each nation and all that. But slowly they get to know each other because they understand that 9 of them are trapped inside, and till the health comes they all have to survive. And naturally, there is an African American who has worked in an army. He has done service in the army, so he knows the skills how to stay alive till and help comes to them, and he is known as Cameron, so he becomes the leader of the group. At first, another young Muslim is there among the 9 people. His name is Tariq. He questions him when he gives orders, but later on everyone understands that if they follow his instructions they will be safe till the help arrives. And in order to bring a unity among them, there is one student, Uma. She gives an idea. She says that I was reading this book, and that is a book by Chaucer. It is the Canterbury Tales, and in that Canterbury Tales, a group of pilgrims, they are going for a pilgrimage, and to keep their journey interesting, each one tells a tale. That is a story, and she says I was reading it for my English class, and she says why not we also tell a story to each other so that we can pass our time safely till the help arrives. And everyone agrees to tell a story, and between the story we find them sharing food and taking breaks for going to the bathroom, and also they keep assessing the situation because the situation is becoming worse and worse because the basement starts filling up with the flood water, and the smell of the gas also becomes stronger and stronger. And as they tell the story, we find out more about the person who is telling the story and why they have come to get the travel visa to go to India. First, we find an elderly woman named Jiang. She is a Chinese, and she says that she grew up in the Calcutta's Chinatown, and at that time she was in love with an Indian man. But at that time, political reasons were there, and it was dangerous for Chinese to be in India. So she had to leave India and forget her love, and she came and settled down in United States with a man from a Chinese descent. And then we have Mr. Pritchett, who is a Caucasian accountant, and his childhood was filled with poverty and abandonment. And now he is an accountant and he is earning a lot of money, but his wife's behavior, that is recent behavior, has shocked him, and he hopes that if he goes to India and comes back, they will start a new life together. And then we have Malati, who is an office worker at the Indian consulate, and why she is in United States is when she was in India, she was working in a saloon. At that time, she was upset over a rich woman's treatment of a servant girl, and she got very angry that she used a chemical on the rich woman's scalp, and that chemical made all the hair from the rich woman's head to fall down, and so she was sent here as a form of a punishment, but she considers her act as a bravery. because she gave the right punishment to the rich woman for being very mean to the servant girl. And then we have Tariq, who is a young Muslim man, and he was brought up in America. But of recent days, he started become very critical about the American culture and the American government, and he started thinking more about his Muslim roots. And this is mainly because of his girlfriend and a group of his radical friends. So he wants to go to India. And then we have Lily, who is Jiang's granddaughter, and Lily has been living under the shadow of her older brother, and her brother wants to become a cancer researcher. And she was learning flute, and she became an excellent flute player, and in fact she started even giving concerts, and everyone started appreciating her. But one day suddenly she felt that she could not play flute anymore, and on the same day she came to know that her older brother was also failing at the university. So she wants to go to India to regain herself. And then we have Mr. Mangalam, who is also another employee in the Indian consulate. And this Mr. Mangalam had married a woman from a very wealthy family, thinking that it will raise his family's situation. That money will help him to bring up his own family also. But he was not happily married, and after his unhappy marriage, he started having an affair. And this information was known to his family. And what happened is, in order to threaten Mr. Mangalam and his mistress, they used the influence and they have sent him to work in this Indian consulate in the United States. And then of course we have Mrs. Pritchett, and her story is that she started feeling a sort of emptiness in her life, and she says that it may be because that they are not having children, or maybe she does not have the deep love for her husband. And in fact she did not want to live also, so she has tried to commit suicide also to escape from this life. But now she wants to go to India to lose herself and start her life again now. And then we have Cameron, who has become the leader of the group. And Cameron is going to India to meet a girl, Seva. And who was this Seva is? She is a girl who was in an orphanage, and he has been sponsoring her. And why he is sponsoring her is, he has got a guilt in his mind because he was a reason for a high school girlfriend's abortion. And not only that, he has witnessed and also participated in many atrocities when he was in the army. So to get rid of all this, he has been sponsoring this girl, and now he wants to go and meet that girl. And finally we have Uma. Uma is the person who gives the idea to everyone to tell the story, and she tells the story last, and she says that she is going back to India because her parents are from India, but they came to United States and they have gone back to India. And she was staying here, and she's been keeping so many secrets without telling her parents. But now she feels that she has to go and tell them all her secrets to her parents, so she is going to India. And telling this story all helped the survivors not to panic and also not to be afraid. And through their stories we come to know the humanity which is inside them also. And when the story is telling is almost coming to a end, another earthquake hits the building, and this time the building comes above, and it also damages the water supply and also causes a gas leak. And as Uma is telling her final tale, the survivors start hearing noises from the floors above. Now this can be that the building is becoming more unstable after the aftershock, or maybe the rescue crew has approached. And the story ends here. We do not know what will be the fate of the group, because we don't know whether the building is actually becoming more unstable or whether the help has come to them. And we find the 9 people waiting patiently to see what will happen next. So the story ends here. It's a beautiful story. If you have anything more to add on to this, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Only then you will get the notification of all my videos when I post them. Thank you.